On 7th. Gonna catch up on Blue Sky, see what's going on.
בסוריה עברו אנשים, וזה כל הזמן בזמני מלחמה, שלא נשארים. מה שכן, הרצועה היום אין לה שום פוטנציאל התכנות, אלא אם כן ירצו שם אנשים לשבת ולקבל כל הזמן
אז לסגור את הנושא
מהעולם כולו שהביאו להם כל פעם הומניטרי.
President Trump, Schumer.
Rien ne justifie plus la poursuite de la guerre à Gaza. Rien. Tout commande au contraire d'y mettre.
So after 20 years of service in the military, yesterday I got pulled into an officer's office and counseled for a post that I have on my social media. During the counseling, they told me I'm under investigation as a threat to national security. When I asked for proof, like what the posts were yesterday, they refused to give it to me. They made me come back today to further go over stuff. They gave me the proof, and the proof they gave me are anti-Israel posts. Now, when I joined the military, I took an allegiance to support the United States of America. I did not ever take an allegiance to support Israel. But yet, I am deemed a threat to national security because I do not support Israel and their genocide against the Palestinian people. Yes, you heard that right. I am deemed a threat to national security because I don't support Israel's genocide against the Palestinian people. Since when does not supporting a foreign nation get a U.S. soldier investigated for being a threat to national security?
Nobody wants to live in a country where a late night comedian is, subject to removal because he says something that the president of the United States doesn't like.
He added a lot of 24 karat gold, and it's very expensive and I think very beautiful. You know, when you look at the fireplace, when you have a leader sitting on the one side and the other side, and you look at what's behind with the lights beaming, and that's all 24 karat gold, and that's why it just beams.
Was it not gold before this was?
No, it wasn't. They didn't have really any gold. They didn't have gold, and they do now. That was actually a flat piece of marble there for a long time, but a flat piece of marble. And I just felt it was important for this office to take on a look that's appropriate. And it was, the walls were painted. Walls were painted. Now the walls are much more than painted. So people have loved it. He added a lot of 24 karat gold.
Which boat was that?
Some breaking news, and I'm here to show it to you in just a second. Early this morning, a 12-foot tall statue of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein was erected in the National Mall right in front of the Capitol. Let me show it to you. In honor of Friendship Month, we celebrate the long-lasting bond between President Donald J. Trump and his closest friend, Jeffrey Epstein. Now, all we know is that a group called the Secret Handshake erected this statue and put it up. It was there this morning. They say it'll be there for 5 days. They're on the other.
There was already a Trump-appointed special counsel at the time investigating the origins of the Russia probe. It did not find any evidence of political interference. And Senator, at the time, you agreed with the findings of the intelligence community. I want to play back what you said at the time. Take a look.
Yep. The Russians did it. It was the Russians who tried to interfere in our election. Every member of the committee agrees it was the Russians. They didn't change the outcome, but they did release information embarrassing to the Democratic Party. It did affect Hillary Clinton. There's only one person in Washington that I know of that has any doubt about what Russia did in our election, and it's President Trump.
Senator, are you now saying that you don't believe that Russia tried to interfere in the 2016 election?
Well, what I am saying is that you left a lot out here. It's called the Horowitz Report. It's the Mueller investigation was crooked and rotten to the core. The Washington
Mr. Acosta. It's consistent with what we've seen from Trump and his allies in Congress and Mr. Acosta throughout this Epstein saga. Callous disregard, in my view, for the victims, the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. Mr. Acosta showed no remorse for the sweetheart deal that he signed off on for Jeffrey Epstein that allowed Epstein to continue raping and abusing women and girls. And it was deeply, deeply troubling to me. I also find it very hard to believe that after he signed off on that deal, years later, Donald Trump made him his labor secretary. And Trump knew about that deal when he made him his labor secretary. Of all the Republicans on the planet, Donald Trump could have named labor secretary. He picked the guy who gave Jeffrey Epstein a sweetheart deal. Why? Yeah. And I participated in more than an hour of the
Which boat was that?
Aria and the Maria Cristina have been targeted with drones, throwing devices. There was another one, yeah. We just experienced a fifth attack. We need to assess which boat was that. They're likely throwing flashbangs at our boats. It's very, very important that we stay on alert. Right now, we are in a moment of full drone alert.
Which boat was that?
Whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble. I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen, but she's in great shape. These are the two things I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements. The number one political issue of our time, the crisis of uncontrolled migration. It's uncontrolled. Your countries are being ruined. Do you have to end it now? See, I can tell you. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. I look at London, where you have a terrible mayor, terrible, terrible mayor. And it's been so changed, so changed. Now, whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble. I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every
international waters again. Several boats are bombed, chemical used, dozens of drones swarming, and civilian volunteers from 44 countries under assault. And who do you think attacked the flotilla? Who was busy manufacturing consent to murder the volunteers and smear the mission as violent? Go on, take a wild guess. Israel.
وماليش اسنان امضغ ببله بميه عشان يساعدني في المضغ يساعدني في الهضم انا عايش على هيك من
All right. Catch you on the next coffee break.